Hello everyone, it's Theme Chronicle meta time, and you're probably wondering what deck to play to grind the event and get all the rewards. So I will present you the 3 decks that you will meet the most often, with deck list, replays, how to play them, and how to play against them. The first meta deck is Crusadia. Crusadia is a big winner of the event. It's really strong, it goes second and OTK barely 100% of the time, which means that you can play a lot of game very fast, because going second is not that slow in this game. Go first deck are not comboing a lot because all combo pieces are banned, so you can simply go second and farm easily. You obviously play the best entrap, Maxi, Ash. If you don't have 3 of them, play other entraps, it's fine. And then you play the whole Crusadia package. How Crusadia works, it's really simple. When you summon a Crusadia, you go into a link monster, and then you can special summon from your hand your Crusadia monster to one of the arrow your link monster points to. So you can special summon all your hand and climb and burst with damage. So how do you burst? It's simple. Crusadia monsters gain attack equal to the monster they point to. With cards like Crusadia Equimax, you have 3 arrows, so 3 opportunity to be boosted. 1 front arrow, so you can boost on your opponent monsters, and 2 bottom arrows to boost with the monster you special summon. So you take the big boss monster of your opponent and you put a fucking Keiju in his face. With the Keiju in his face, you not only delete your opponent monster without any interaction, you also gain attack for your Crusadia Equimax. Then you climb with Crusadia and you're done. You can OTK because cards like Crusadia Maximus double the damage you deal. Cards like Leonis allow you to do piercing damage, and things like Crusadia Revival allow you to attack every monster your opponent have once each. The deck is extremely cheap, extremely powerful, and you don't need any tutorial to play it honestly. It's like so straightforward. Just go and copy the deck list and go on the ladder. But if you want to see an example of this, I have a replay for you at the end of the video. So, how do you counter Crusadia? If it is the most used deck in the event, it's very simple. You never ever go first. If you go second against Crusadia, you're fine. If you go first, you will be OTK'd no matter what your board is and you will lose. So this is a go second event. So next, what we have? We have the Orcust decklist. Orcust has been pushed quite hard by Konami on this event. This is one of the loner deck, but as I told you in the previous video, it is extremely bricky, like crazy bricky in the form of the loner deck. So you can fix it yourself. It's simple, put 3 Recycler, put some Greffer, some Armageddon Knight, some Foolish Burial in the deck, and the deck is fixed. It's not breaking anymore. You removed all the bricks and you replace them with starters. What is the goal of the deck? It's very simple. The goal of the deck is to get 2 monsters on the board, including 1 Orcust monster. And how you do that? Well, every one of your starters send a monster from the deck to the grave. You can send, for example, Harporer from the deck to the grave, then Harporer banish itself and summon another Orcust from the deck. You summon Girsu from the deck. Girsu allow you, if this card is normal or special summon, you can send 1 Orcust or 1 World Legacy card from the deck to the graveyard. So you send another monster again. You can send Cymbal Skeleton to special summon from your grave. You can send Orcust Brass to special summon from your hand. You can send Orcust Nightmare to send even more material to the grave. You can send World Legacy to the grave to special summon itself. Send anything to the grave, it doesn't matter, it summon itself anyway. So this is quite consistent, and once you've sent some stuff to the grave, you special summon it and go into Galatea. Galatea does two things. First thing, it allows you to search Orcust Crescendo. Orcust Crescendo is an OP Omni Negate. It's the no of the deck, so you're happy with that. And then you use your Galatea as material for Dingirsu. Dingirsu can use one Orcust Link material as the wall requirement, and Dingirsu is OP. When it's summoned, you can either send one card your opponent control to the grave, so say goodbye to their boss monster, or you can attach one of your banished machine monster to this card as material. Why you want material on Dingirsu? Because it also have a protection effect. If a card or cards would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one material from this card instead. So once you put Dingirsu on the board, except for Keiju, you are pretty much safe, your board won't move. So you can just pass turn, you know, you won't be OTK'd in this event, except if you are against Crusadia. And just link climb, hit your opponent, use all your powerful tools like Forbidden Droplet and Infinite Impermanence to stop every place your opponent have. And this is just a very good and consistent deck. So I have also replay at the end of this video. Then the third meta deck, or I did not say how to counter Orcust. It's simple, there is two options. Either you play the best meta deck and you go second, or you can also play the card that banish all monster. Let me search. Dimensional Fissure. If your opponent play Dimensional Fissure, just leave the game. Like, you need to send stuff to the graves anyway. Okay, and the last deck is Weather Painter. Weather Painter is a deck I did not expect to see a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a deck that Japanese loves. It's really one of their favorites, so you often see it, even though it's quite bad, I feel like. But in this event, to be honest, it's going pretty well for them. What's the goal of the deck? It's an extremely solo control deck. The goal is to control the board, going first, summoning Weather Painter monster. Weather Painter monsters, in cooperation with Weather Painter spell and trap, can banish themselves until the next standby phase to activate effects. The best one being Tender Canvas, which say at the start of the damage step, if this card battle an opponent monster, you can banish this card, return that opponent monster to the end. So you can constantly remove your opponent board by sending back their monster to the end, while you keep yours because they come back naturally in the next standby phase. You also play 3-dimensional Fissure because you hate Orcust, and then you want to go into Weather Painter Rainbow as fast as possible. Or you do that because there is not so much special summon in this deck, and you need 3 the weather monster. You do that with the weather forecast, the field spell. The field spell allows you to use your spell and trap for the summon of the Weather Painter Rainbow. So it becomes very easy to summon, and its effect is quite broken. First effect, not the most important one, but it can save you against Crusadia, is that you can tribute this card and negate a summon. So you negate the summon of Equimax, and you're fine, you can play the game. Or you can use his other OP effect. For every wither pointer this card points to, the card gains this effect. So the card it points to gains this effect. You can banish the card it points to negate an activation and destroy a card. This is extremely strong because it's not once per turn. Every card that points to can do it. So if you have 3 weather pointer under your weather pointer rainbow, you can negate 3 times, which is crazy in this event. Like, there is barely any negates in this event, and with this card you got 3 potentially. So this is a cool game, but I cannot recommend it for farming the event because it's extremely slow. You're gonna win in 5, 6, 7 turns. Thankfully often your opponent will surrender before, but this is not a great deck for farming. It's a great deck for just having fun and playing slow old school Yu-Gi-Oh! You don't need many stuff in the extra deck. You need some rainbow. This is the most important one. Can recommend also having Zeus and Link 3. But the other ones, honestly, play any staple, play anything that you can throw with Pot of Extravagance. It doesn't really matter. Oh, one more thing. How to counter this deck? Spell and trap removal. If you destroy the field spell, you won. If you destroy the Weather Thundery Canvas, you probably also won. It's replay time. We are playing Crusadia against B-Trooper. B-Trooper will go first. Resonance Insect is summoned. Resonance Insect is very important. That's the best B-Trooper card. When it's sent to the grave, it allows you to search one boss monster, and when it's banished, it allows you to send an insect monster from the deck to the grave. And both effects are not once per turn. I use Ash against a Resonance Insect to prevent him from searching a boss monster. Boss monsters banish insect monster from the grave, and it would also trigger Resonance Insect second effect, so you want to use Ash early. Retaliating Sea can search Maxi. And if you have enough stuff in the graves, Armor Hornet summon itself by banishing insect monster, so it can use Resonance Insect second effect. Insector equip a monster from the deck, so you can bring back Resonance Insect and use it again. Finally, we have the big boss monster, the Invincible Atlas. Invincible Atlas is a 3000 bit stick that cannot be targeted or destroyed unless it uses its effect, which requires to tribute one insect monster, and you can either special summon one B-Trooper from your deck or gain 2000 attack. Summoning from the deck Sting Lancer. Sting Lancer allows you to search the Sting Trap. The Sting Trap. It's hard to say. The Sting Trap is very powerful. The Sting Trap is the most important card. It's an Omni Negate for the deck. It's negate and destroy. So, do you think we can break this? Like, this is the dream for B-Trooper. Their boss monster their Omni Negates, they manage to do everything through hash. Let's see. I start with Maximus since I have two of them in my hand. I can normal summon one of them and special summon the other. You see, I summon Draco in the arrow pointed by Magius. The reason is that I want to chain block. I don't want him to be able to negate my Magius. It's quite important. So it's a chain block, but you have Sting Lancer in hand. Sting Lancer allow him to banish one monster in my grave to summon itself. So unlucky. My effect won't resolve, but I don't really care. The job was to protect Magius. I search Leonis because this is the only missing Crusadia monster in my hand. I climb into Regulex, but I don't use Regulex effect. Why? Regulex effect allow you to search one spell from your deck to your hand, and it's extremely powerful. However, if I activated it right now, it may use the counter trap effect and destroy my Regulex, and I'm done. So, to do my wall combo safe, what I do is I summon Arboria. Arboria allow you to protect yourself from destruction when it's in the grave. So I don't activate Regulex and I summon Arboria. Then I climb again into Regulex. Why? Because I really want that spell. I just could not afford to risk Regulex or any other thing to be destroyed by the Sting. No, I chain block Regulex and I activate Reclusia effect to destroy both itself and another card on the field, the Sting, and it will be protected by my Arboria. It tries to destroy it, but I don't care. Arboria effect protects. And now we climb for damage. Generally, you don't need to go higher than Equimax. Equimax is the max damage. I activate both effects, allowing me to double all the damage I deal and to deal piercing damage. Then I activate Crusadia Revival, which boosts my monsters and allow one of my link monsters to attack every other monster once each. I kill the Sting for 7000 damage and go for the Atlas, and it's done. Even the best of the best B-Trooper board in this game mode cannot deal with an average Crusadia hand. Okay, this is the Orcust replay. So we are playing Orcust against another Orcust. He starts with Girsu. Girsu meets Infip. And it stops his turn, so this is really good for us, but he still have 2 back row, so I don't know if we will be able to do anything this turn. I decide to start with Armageddon Knight, pitching Harp Horror to special summon from the deck, but it meets the Called by the Grave. So this is end turn for us also. And he also have Twin Twisters. We end with a very bad board, only Armageddon Knight. But it doesn't have a lot either, so we can still play. He goes straight to battle, he has nothing to do. Try to summon a token, which is a mistake. I activate Maxi. The only good thing to do for him now is end turn. Once you hit maxi, there is nothing to do. You just one-shot your opponent or you pass turn, and since he already used this battle phase, there is only one option. We may be able to combo now. I used the token he gave me to make a Link Kuribo, and with Link Kuribo I have 2 effect monsters, which allows me to summon Galatea. Galatea allows me to search 1 Orcust spell trap. This is the Omni Negate of the deck. And then I can use Orcust Automaton as material for the best card in the deck, Dingirsu. Dingirsu, which allows you to send 1 monster your opponent control to the grave when it's summoned and protects your cards. So I continue my combo, but he surrenders. So let's see another one. Okay, let's try this one. Play replay. This is another Orcust duel, but I will be against... I don't remember. We'll see. Once again, I lose the coin toss. It's a Dritron. Okay, I Ash early, but anyway, Dritron can always combo. That's not one Ash that's gonna stop them. The goal as Dritron right now is to summon Herald of Perfection, which allows you to negate any spell, trap or monster effect. This is him, the monster. Luckily for us, I have Forbidden Droplet in hand, so I will be able to negate Herald of Perfection, and if you send with Forbidden Droplet a monster, your opponent cannot respond with monster effect. So he will never be able to chain Herald of Perfection to negate my Forbidden Droplet. So I can simply start with Scrap Recycler, which is a nice starter for the deck, sending Arporor. It tries to negate it, but as I told you, I have Forbidden Droplet, so no thanks, goodbye. He could surrender here, but he wait and see if I can do my combo. So Arporor to the graves. Arporor summon Girsu, the best starter of the deck. Girsu send anything. I decide to send Orcust Nightmare, why not? Orcust Nightmare effects allow me to send even more monsters to the graves. Then I go into Automaton. You know the story. Automaton search the Omni Negate. Automaton transform into Ningirsu, which send his perfection to the graves and protect my monster. And I have enough material in the graves with things like Symbol Skeleton to even link climb to any boss monster. So it's enough for him, he leaves. And that's often like that. I won't show you any more replays because everyone surrenders anyway and you got the idea.